Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the No Easy Way Out podcast, the Quarantine Edition. As you know, we are interviewing business owners talking about how this shutdown has affected them personally and their business. And I'm joined now by Randy Woodworth of Woodworth Commercial. Randy, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks. I got a little branding going on here for you today.
Very nice.
I'm really not that fearful.
Yeah, you just wanted to show off the brand. That's great.
That's
product
right.
placement. Great product placement. Well, Randy was actually, our second or third guest ever on the podcast. And we've been dying to have him back on, so I guess it took a shutdown to get you here. But welcome back to the show. Why don't you tell
I got time.
You got time now, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what it is you do?
So like Tony said, I'm Randy Woodworth. I'm the broker-owner of Woodworth Commercial, located here in Owasso, and then we also have an office in Okemos. This is our 10th year of Woodworth Commercial. We help people buy, sell, and lease commercial real estate. We also manage properties for others as well.
So your industry then is the commercial real estate industry.
Absolutely.
We are interviewing people from across different industries to see how it's affected them in different ways. So let me ask you this. Were you or was your industry deemed essential by our government?
We were not, although as a whole we weren't. Woodworth Commercial shut its offices down when the stay-at-home order went into effect. We managed some government housing projects as well, so that one
portion
line of our business remained kind of constant. But for the most part, we were shut down. So I'm the only one that's been kind of working on a daily basis.
Working from home and
yeah,
even in the office. So when did you officially shut down?
So, gosh,
Been a while now.
Since like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it seems like it. Like 1984.
I mean, it was that March 20. I mean, it was
right after St. Patty's Day, right?
Yeah,
March 23rd, maybe.
Yeah, right in there. We all went home.
Yeah,
like it was it a Friday? God, now it's like
it seems like so long ago. It really is, and none of us really knew what to do. We just thought, well, we better do our part at this time, and so we all just kind of.
There's a lot of panic.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we shut down. There towards the middle, end of March, and nobody's been in the office. I mean, we have certain people that have certain tasks that they've got to go in, very randomly and very occasionally.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everybody's just been working from home.
So it's had a big impact on your business in particular. So what have you done during this time to kind of keep yourself out there, keep yourself remembered and known by your customers, clients, your community? Interesting
question. I've got actually 19 businesses, Woodworth Commercial being the primary one.
And it doesn't hurt that you have like 800 signs with your name on it around the county, so people are never going to forget you.
Well, they're not driving though.
That's true.
So
in this area they are.
Yeah, you got to drive to be able to see those signs.
True.
But we are maintaining our relationships with our clients, touching base with them. I did a lot. I mean, I've done more FaceTime in the last month than I've done
ever. For sure.
Like combined.
Yeah.
So we're doing a little bit of that. Some virtual tours of properties, or I've got, some clients that wanted to make sure their space was still in good shape because somebody might have moved out. So I'm going in there and taking my phone and virtually touring it for them and that kind of thing. But as far as keeping our advertising presence known, it's been a bit of a challenge. But just I think more importantly, and I really didn't see a lot because obviously we've got a lot of time, so everybody's scrolling through social media and that. There wasn't a lot of it going on anyway. And then when you do, there were so many people like, how dare you?
Oh, yeah.
Like I literally had people like tell me to stop advertising. And I'm like.
It's such a polarizing topic. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going, oh my gosh, why? So then we can not go back to work ever?
Well, yeah, because they put you in this box that either you care about life or you care about anything else. I guess
it's either
your business
or your health or the economy. There's no gray area. Like that's you're always going to. It seems like a lot of people are like that, but it's really just the noisy ones that are like that. So it seems like a lot more. I think the majority of people are a blended average of some sort between. Yes, we all care about everyone's health, but at the same time, we all know we've got bills to pay eventually here.
And that's really why I wanted to do this was I want people to see these are the faces of people that this is truly affecting, and maybe it's affecting us in a different way, but in many cases, the people we've been talking to have spent their entire life building something that they're worried that it could all be taken away from them in just 6 weeks, 2 months. I mean, and a lot of people are saying we're okay today, but if this thing goes much longer, we're going to be in a really tough spot.
Oh, that's exactly right.
Yeah. And so why don't you tell us specifically, like, how this has impacted your business in particular, the Woodworth commercial end of it.
So biggest thing is we cannot show properties to new clients or, so we're not, there's no new business from brokerage coming in, no new leases, no new sales, none of that. I mean, in our business, that's where the money's at. Yeah. We have to sell and lease properties to get those commissions to do that. The other side of our business is the rental side, and we manage a lot of properties. I own, a few properties with various partners or myself, and we're not getting rent. You know, and so I shouldn't say that. A lot of businesses have taken advantage of some of the programs out there, and they're paying the rent. But the Woodworth commercial thing, there has not been a brand new contract come in like 2 months.
Yeah.
So that means
and that's huge.
Oh, it's huge because we're always at a 2-month lag anyway.
Right.
So if we get one today, we're not getting that money till July or August.
Yeah.
So we, that's a gap that 2 months turns into 4 or 5. Right.
Well, and people don't want to talk. You don't hear a lot of conversation about the economic impact that this thing has had. And the truth is, if the economy collapses or if the economy goes under, that impacts our ability to be able to help people, and it will affect people's actual lives.
Oh,
and so,
no question.
Well, that brings me to then the question of how it's impacted your business, but how has it impacted your employees? What have you heard from them?
So, I made the decision early on to continue to keep everyone on the payroll.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yep. And then, thankfully we applied for and got that PPP. Now, will that become forgivable? It depends on who you talk to.
Exactly.
So that's, the one thing I didn't want to do is take on any debt.
Right.
And we would have transitioned if it had not been for the PPP, they would have gone on unemployment because I just can't sustain it. We're always trying to have a couple of months of reserves, but that stuff gets depleted quickly when nothing else is coming in.
For sure.
So my business, the employees have just been working from home. They've been doing a good job. I haven't really been policing it at all. We had a couple Zoom calls with the agents, just trying to keep them engaged. But the staffed payroll or the team members that are that aren't agents, I really haven't been policing. I've got a good group. I really trust them, and things are getting done.
Yep.
I don't see it, but I know they're getting done because it translates to the bookkeeping and all that stuff. So they're doing a good job. But everybody's ready. Everybody's ready to get back to work. And our industry gets to go back on the 7th, this Thursday.
Right.
So yeehaw.
So that then would ask next. Then have you reopened, or what are your plans for reopening safely?
Yep. So we've got the mask, the bandit mask, the Woodworth commercial bandit mask. So everybody's going to have those. We've got, I ordered a bunch of hand sanitizer. Our front desk is already built in with the glass. So she's behind the glass anyway. And then we've got private offices. So, we're not
retail.
No, we're not retail. We don't have a lot of in and out traffic. We usually go out to the properties, go out to the showings. We don't have to have people in the office very often. But when that happens, it's just we're going to be clean. We're going to be safe. Make sure we're sanitizing things down after the conference room is, used. When we do have people in the office, it's usually to sign contracts.
Yeah.
So as long as that's clean surfaces and, everybody
so you're
washes
taking
their
part
hands.
of all of the best practices suggested and even some more to make sure your customers feel safe, your clients feel safe. So,
and I can tell you, it's starting to pick. I mean, people are the emails are starting to light up. The phone's starting to ring. Like people are they're ready to get back at it. So it's.
So what advice would you give to other people in your industry, what they should, not just in Michigan, but, probably particularly in Michigan, because that's the area most about. What kind of advice would you give people in the commercial industry?
Well,
commercial real estate industry.
I think no matter where you stand in the, the seriousness of this, and I believe the virus is very serious, and I think some of the reaction may have been overhyped. But that's easy to say now.
Sure.
I think,
nobody knew.
Right. Obviously now we know, now we know it's not a world-ending event. It's not going to wipe us off the planet. I think that data started to show itself, mid-April, towards the end of April. But I would say, be conscious of other people's fears and their anxiety about it.
Absolutely.
I am not. The stance I'm kind of taking is if the staff if the team is still not feeling comfortable, they can continue to work from home for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I would rather have them feel safe. You know, we're going to make every precaution to make sure they are safe,
Mm-hmm.
but I want them to feel safe too, because you can do all you want. And if it doesn't translate to their personal feeling, then you've done nothing. So from that perspective, you just got to be, conscious of other people's feelings about this stuff. And it's scary stuff. I mean, it really brought, mortality into the forefront.
Into light, yeah.
And I think that's, when we realize that, we're going to die, might not be because of the coronavirus, but we're going to die. And this just shed light on mortality, human nature.
It's the only thing every human is promised.
You can't outlive death, Tony.
No.
And
undefeated.
And one thing I was thinking about on the way here is in business, you can guarantee there's going to be weird stuff. Mm-hmm. Quote it, Randy Woodworth. You can guarantee weirdness.
In business, there's going to be weird stuff. Put that down, Zach.
Guaranteed weirdness. It's going to be weird, and whether that weirdness translates to setbacks, which it has in this particular case, that's gonna continue forever. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as an employee, there's always those weird things that come out of the blue. And it's not luckily every quarter or every year, but
right.
Stuff comes out of nowhere.
Yes, it does.
And I don't think anybody saw the .com bomb happening in 99, 2000, and then the housing crisis, and now the coronavirus. That stuff happens. You got to be, you can't be so reliant on the very next paycheck.
Right.
I think a lot of people realize they didn't have enough savings, and
right.
That type of thing. So,
well, I think it's forced a lot of people, including business owners, to think about how they move going forward, how they adjust. I think a lot of people have pivoted and come up with other creative strategies to help them in case something like this ever happens again. And I think some people will come out better on the other side, but I think a lot of people are going to be hurting for a while because they just were unsure what to do. And what you just said, I would encourage anybody that owns a business to take the advice, because it doesn't really matter how you feel about this personally. You really have to consider how each of your customers and employees might feel about this. And so whatever precautions you have to take, even if it's something that makes you feel a little uncomfortable or maybe is against how you feel about this personally, consider how it's going to make those employees and customers feel and take the precautions. I mean, we can all do that. Really, business is not about your products or services. It's about meeting the needs of your people. Right?
Yep.
Solving a problem for your people. And so if what you do will help get them in your door or feel comfortable doing something with you, and just take the time and do it. And that's what it's all about. So.
Yeah, and nothing we're talking about here is overtly expensive.
No.
I mean, washing your hands and cleaning things isn't that expensive.
Right. It's a good practice anyways.
Oh, yeah. If we were doing a little bit more of that, we wouldn't be here to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. It's every business is a people business, whether it's the people in your office or the people that are your customers, clients, or otherwise. You got to just take care of your people.
Right.
So.
Well, Randy, thank you for joining us today, this short little episode. We appreciate you telling your story, and thank you for watching today. Remember, as my mom always says, you can't and never could until you tried. So go out there and try something great today, and don't take the easy way out. We'll see you next time.